Hello everyone. Now today we will see the principle of metal ion indicator that we use in a complexometric titration. Now the success of any titration, we are taking here EDTA or complexometric titration, it depends on the exact color change that we get near the end point. So here we are using the metal ion indicator which gives a perfect color change so that we get the exact concentration of the metal ion in the given solution. So these are the requirements for the metal ion indicator. Metal ion must possess these following points. First point, the color reaction must be before the end point when nearly all the metal ion is complexed with EDTA and the solution is strongly colored. This means that the color reaction which we get before the end point and after the end point, it should be a complete complete conversion of the metal ion into an EDTA. So metal EDTA complex which is formed after the end point should be complete, and hence it gives a strong change in the color. The color reaction should be specific or selective. It should give a specific change in the color. The metal indicator complex that is formed before adding a titrant EDTA, it should possess sufficient stability. Otherwise what happens is metal indicator complex, due to dissociation, the sharp color change cannot be obtained. So metal indicator complex should show a stable complex, but another condition is its stability. Metal indicator complex stability of that should be less than metal EDTA complex, because when we add a titrant from the burette EDTA, it should form a complex with metal and thereby indicator becomes free. So we get the change in the color at the end point. So the change in the equilibrium from the metal indicator complex to metal EDTA complex should be sharp and rapid. See, we see here the fourth point, the indicator when it is added, it contains metal indicator complex as we have discussed. So metal plus indicator gives metal indicator complex. Okay. After that we add a titrant, that is in this case for complexometric titration we add EDTA, a chelating agent. So we get metal EDTA complex. Okay. Now important condition is the above reaction is only possible if metal EDTA complex is more stable than metal indicator complex. See, if we are comparing the complexes, that is metal indicator and metal EDTA, the metal EDTA complex must be more stable than metal indicator complex. But metal indicator complex also it should have sufficient stability so that it gives some existing color change. It does not dissociate. Okay, but its stability, metal indicator stability, should be less than the metal EDTA complex. Now the color contrast between the free indicator and the metal indicator complex should be readily observable. That means here we get metal EDTA complex, thereby releasing the indicator in its free form. This indicator has its own color. This color and the metal indicator color, it should be observable. That means it should have a sharp change in the color, that is an observable color. So the color difference between the metal indicator complex and the free indicator which we get at the end point should be readily observable. And the indicator must be very sensitive to the metal ions so that the color change occurs near to the equivalent point as possible. It should have the color change in the range within which the metal taken it reacts and it forms a stable formation of a metal indicator complex and more stable complex with metal EDTA. The above all requirements must be fulfilled within the pH range at which the titration is performed, and hence we are using some buffer solution for carrying out the complexometric titration, because the change in the color occurs within some pH range. The stability of the metal ion indicator complex, we represent it by a formation constant Kin. See, we know this is the general reaction, metal reacting with EDTA giving metal indicator complex. Now the formation constant or the stability of the metal ion indicator complex is represented by Kin, which is equal to the ratio of the concentration of the product to the reactant concentration. Okay, now here what we see is indicator exists in two forms. One is indicator free form, ion minus whatever charge, and metal indicator complex, that this we have taken, right? So both should have different colors. Now when indicator and the concentration of metal indicator both are equal, the concentration of these two becomes equal, then the indicator gives the change in the color. So it is the end point or near the equivalence point when the indicator completely is released and metal has formed the complex with EDTA. So the concentration of both becomes equal and it gives the change in the color, because initially it has color of metal indicator. When it is completely replaced, or we say it completely forms a complex with EDTA, so indicator it is in free form. So how much amount of the indicator has formed a complex with metal, that much concentration will be only formed in the free indicator form. So that concentration, when it becomes equal, the end point is obtained where we get the change in the color. So the indicator color change depends on the formation constant value, while the type of the color which we get, that depends on the pH of the solution. Thus we say that the metal ion indicator is applicable in a particular pH range only. See, we have taken this initially. Say we have Mg plus 2 metal ion we have taken. We add any indicator, metallochrome indicator, say for example we add EBT. So it gives some color, initial color. That is because of the metal indicator, that is first flask, red color. Now we add EDTA. So end point is the color change from red to blue. But in between, because of the change in the pH value, we get some violet color in between. So that is near to equivalent form, wherein all the indicator has not been converted into its free form. So after that, on adding one drop of the titrant EDTA, we get blue color. So this is the end point. Some examples of metal ion indicator. First we take Eriochrome black tea, or we say Solochrome black tea, or it is also known as Mordant black 2. The structure you can see having 3 replaceable hydrogen present. Molecular formula is C20H13O7N3S. If it is in sodium form, we get here sodium salt SO3Na. Okay. EBT we say, so it is a tribasic indicator because there are 3 replaceable hydrogen atoms, and hence we say the general formula of EBT is H3In. General name we use is Eriochrome black tea or EBT, but it is also known by the names we have taken as Mordant black 2 or Solochrome black tea. Now here we see the change in the pH from, say, first ionization is from the SO3H. So first H plus is ionized from SO3H group within the strong acidic medium of a pH range between 2.3 to 5.3, where the metal ion indicator polymerizes and hence gives reddish brown product. After that, the ionization of the 2 hydrogen ions of the hydroxyl group occurs at pH 6.3 and 11.5 respectively. So we say the red color of indicator is below pH 5.5 is because of the H2 ion minus 2 ion. See here the stepwise ionization occurs, which gives the color change. We will see this. At pH 7 to 11 it shows purple blue color, and above 11.5 it gives yellowish orange color. See, it is the stepwise ionization, that is H3 ion ionizes to H plus plus H2 ion minus within pH range from 5.3 to 7.3, and a red blue color we get. Then H2 ion minus undergoes ionization giving H plus plus H ion minus 2. This occurs within pH range of 7.3 to 10.3 giving blue color. And finally above 10.5 pH it H ion minus 2 ionizes giving ion minus 3 plus H plus, that gives reddish orange color. Okay, so pH range affects the color change of the metal ion indicator. So generally at pH 7 to 11 metal ion shows purple blue to wine red color, and the reaction is given as metal reacting with H ion minus 2 which is blue in color, but metal indicator when it reacts with metal ion indicator shows wine red color, but itself H ion minus 2 it is blue color. See, we take one example, magnesium ion titrated with EDTA in presence of a buffer maintaining the pH of about around 8 to 10. We get the reaction, say magnesium ion reacting with an indicator, it gives magnesium indicator. This is magnesium EBT complex which is initially red in color because we are getting here Mg ion minus complex. Okay, now adding EDTA to this solution, EDTA will react with magnesium indicator complex. So EDTA H2Y minus 2 gives the formation of magnesium EDTA complex releasing H2 ion minus. This is actually ultimately ionized as H plus plus H ion minus 2. So what color you get blue is because of the color of the EBT in its H ion minus 2 form, and the metal complex is colorless which we get here magnesium EBT, magnesium EDTA complex. Sorry. Okay, so this is the reaction that takes place when we add indicator. Here we conclude that indicator complex with metal is less stable, but its stability is such that the color is identifiable, and it is its stability is less than magnesium EDTA complex. Okay, magnesium indicator complex is less stable than magnesium EDTA complex, and finally the indicator which we get in free form gives some color. Initially it has the color because of the metal indicator complex. Okay, these many ions like magnesium, zinc, manganese, cadmium, mercury, lead, copper, aluminium, iron, titanium, cobalt, nickel, platinum are all can be analyzed using this indicator with EDTA as a titrant. pH range is to be kept in the alkaline medium, so NH4Cl, NH4OH buffer is used, and we can prepare EBT by solubilizing 8.2 grams of EBT in 15 ml of triethanol amine in 5 ml absolute alcohol, or the metal ion indicator can also be mixed with 100 times pure sodium chloride powder, and then it can be used. Next indicator is solochrome dark blue. Generally we know it as a chalcone. So the structure of chalcone is given. Molecular formula is C20H14O5N2S. Here also we can see that there are 3 replaceable hydrogen atoms. So its general formula is H3IN because 3H plus can be ionized. It is almost similar to EBT. Only difference is we are using this specifically for identifying calcium and magnesium in the given mixture. So chalcone is generally used for that purpose. Here you can see the first ionization is from the hydrogen which is ionized from SO3H group within the pH range of 2.3 to 5.3 in a strong acidic medium. After that the hydrogen of the phenolic hydroxyl group ionizes at pH 7.4 and 13.5. So ionization you can see it is similar to that EBT. H3 ion ionizes to H2 ion minus, then H ion minus 2 and ion minus 3. But we say this is more applicable for the determination of the calcium in the given mixture. So dolomite titration, and for determining the hardness of the water, this indicator is used. Now how we use this indicator? This indicator gives red color with calcium at pH 12. So when we are given a mixture of calcium and magnesium, first we add a masking agent. Say we are adding diethylamine as a masking agent. So Mg plus 2 is masked in its hydroxide form, and hence only this calcium ion is free to react with the indicator, and hence it is titrated with EDTA, which gives the color change from red, that is red color is due to metal indicator complex, and finally we get the violet color. This indicator can be prepared by dissolving in alcohol, again methanol or any other alcohol. Third is muroxide, or it is known as ammonium salt of perpuric acid. Molecular formula C8H4O6N5. This is the structure, and here we see the presence of 4 amido groups, that is CONH, and hence it has 4 ionizable H+. 4 protons can be ionized. So general formula is H4In-. So its ionization becomes at different pH H4In- giving H plus H3In-2. It ionizes giving again H plus H2In-3. Further it gives H plus Hin-4, and finally it gives In-5 plus H plus. See, the color change is seen between the pH range of 0 to 9 to 11, then more than 11. So initially it gives reddish violet color and then violet to blue color. So at pH 0 it shows red color. Within range of the pH 9 to 10, violet color is observed, and when it becomes more, pH is 11, it gives H4, this H4In- ionizes to H3In-2, wherein blue color is seen, and above pH it shows violet color. So generally this indicator is useful for the metal ions having coordination number 4, because there are 4 replaceable hydrogen atoms present. So when pH is above 11, it gives, generally we are using this for the estimation of calcium and copper. So above pH 11, it gives red color with calcium and orange color with copper. So when titrated with EDTA, it gives the color change from red or orange to blue violet. See, the reaction given is calcium with the indicator reacting with the titrant EDTA, it gives calcium EDTA complex forming H3In-2, which is blue violet color, and initially it is, because of the calcium indicator complex, it is red color with calcium. Instead, if we take copper, then it has orange color, which gives the color change to blue violet. So here we finish with the principle of metal ion indicator and the types of metal ion indicator that we use in complexometric titration. Thank you so much.